Don't watch that. Watch this.
Well, what do you mean by this? Oh, well, this is my channel. Welcome to it. And if you guys do really enjoy it, you can go in, you can click the share button. That really, really helps the algorithm. Go to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I don't even know what the crap that is. Reddit, all the stuff. So if you do love that, we also have a join button. You go in, you click the little join button. $4.99 a month. You get all the cool, awesome emojis. Now, enjoy the video. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42. That's loud. The one, the only, your favorite YouTube harpy. That's kind of loud. We're in the middle of kind of a festive live stream. It is right after the premiere of the worst received Star Wars movie by critics ever. We've had critics like John Campea and Scott Mendelson say the movie is bad. It is bad, and it should feel bad for that. And yes, we're wearing a Christmas tree because, you know, it's that time of year. It's the time of year when you go and see all of the lights and the displays, and you hang out with your family. You spend time with your family.
You can't stop me, I'm a Jedi from Jakku.
Not you. You're that new person that we don't like yet. You're that new girl who tries too hard and everybody says is perfect, but she always doesn't actually do anything. And people are like, well, what the crap are you here for? Why is our family so obsessed with you? That is what you are. And we've got just so much Star Wars news. Now we've got Rian Johnson saying that catering to fans rather than challenging them is a mistake. No, Rian Johnson. Or his like DKK17 super chat. Thank you so much. Holy crap. Yeah, yes. M with words. I don't know if I can say that word, but yeah. We'll slay them with the words. You know, like a Christmas sleigh. Or the band with an ER at the end because I saw them and, you know, south of wherever. I'm trying to avoid the yellow ring. Caesar Reeves, you look really cute, Queen Mecha. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And if you want to be in the video, the subs and the super chats and the donations will be popping up. So, assuming I don't edit everything out because I'm rambling. Rian Johnson, and this is a Zach Sharf article, and you know how I feel about Zach Sharf. Doesn't he always do the hit pieces? Is he another one that does the hit pieces? This is an IndieWire article. I want to be shocked. I want to be surprised. I want to be thrown off guard, Rian Johnson said in an interview. Yeah, I don't mind being shocked and surprised. I don't want to be insulted. I don't want my intelligence as a Star Wars or Star Trek.
I like science.
No, not you, Spock. Nobody asked you, fan, to be insulted. I want to have a good time at the movies and get a Star Wars movie if I'm there for a Star Wars movie. I don't want to see a Spaceballs wannabe that's not even funny, because you know what? I control the Schwartz. I got the upside. I got the downside too. So don't you talk to me about what's like these funny subverting my expectations bullshit. No. Bad Rian Johnson. I'm gonna have to get my Rian Johnson thwacker out, and it's not even 2 minutes into the video. I'm wearing a Christmas tree. Holy crap. Let's go with this article. Rian Johnson has spent the last 2 years on the receiving end of backlash from Star Wars fans who dislike his 2017 entry, The Last Jedi. No. He's also been calling us man babies and engaging and doing the attack backs for the people who might not have even crossed the line that much. So, no. Instead of being an adult, instead of being a grown-up, he went back and he's like, oh no, you're just a bunch of man babies. You just don't get it. You're just wrong. No, all you need to say is, hey, I'm sorry. Sorry you didn't like it. Sorry you didn't like it. Just say that and move on and go and do your Knives Out movie, because guess what? I actually really liked that one. Surprisingly, a lot more than The Last Jedi, because I had no expectation going into it. I'm like, okay, it's going to be a Rian Johnson movie. It's going to be terrible. But no, and now they're going with this narrative that we're just trolling him relentlessly because that's what they think we do. Johnson's storytelling decisions upended the expectations of J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens in a way that delighted the film critics, but caused an uproar among many fans. See, now they're at least not calling us a vocal minority, or, you know, Russian bots, or just trolls, or toxic man babies again. No, at least they're saying many fans this time. Maybe they're learning, maybe they're coming around. Maybe it just took last night with Campea and Mendelson saying they didn't like this. The invited, chosen, hand-picked critics who Disney can know will promote promote their movie said they didn't like the movie. What does that tell you? What does it tell you? And it wasn't because our expectations were subverted. Is that they were subverted so much it was not a Star Wars movie, and it ruined the movie before it that was kind of mediocre, but most of us, the good consensus on Force Awakens was, it's alright. It's a lot of rehash of A New Hope, but it's still, we're gonna see where it's going. It's the first one. There's gonna be 3. The next one will kind of fill in some of these blanks. And no, it didn't. He just chucked them all out the window, right along with Luke's saber. And he did that just to mess with us, just to fuck with us, right? Just to say, oh, well, what if I broke your toy? Because I can. No. That's not what you do, Rian Johnson. Johnson's Last Jedi script refused to cater to their fan theories and fan wishes. Oh, I didn't have any. I just didn't want Luke to be a stuffy old guy who gave up on and almost murdered his nephew after not being able to kill his own father. After that, he was not able to kill Vader. And it's Vader! And Darth Vader actually was a bad guy, not some little emo punk pussy bitch motherfucking looking guy who's just standing there sleeping because he had a nightmare. No, it is so out of character for Luke. It is so out of character that Rian Johnson himself, or the Mark Hamill himself, on Rian Johnson's Luke Skywalker said, "Oh no, I had to say it was Jake. I had to pretend it was Jake Skywalker." And I have a video on that where he even said it was such a different character. But hey, it's a movie, and hopefully everybody likes it. And that's where he left that. The director said it would have been a mistake to shape characters and narratives based on keeping the fandom happy. But you know what happened, though? You drove us all out of the theater. Solo lost money because of your movie. Because of your movie and the media. The constant attacks and name-calling, being called everything from Russian bots to trolls to man-babies to cousin-humming basement dwellers. And that is the problem. That is the problem, is that because we said we didn't like it, nobody heard why people didn't like it. And they assumed, oh, you just don't like women. Oh, you just don't like this. Oh, your theories weren't met. No, it wasn't any. I didn't have any fan theories. I went in wanting to like. I went in and I had 2 of these little guys in the seat next to me in the cup holders. I had a Porg A and a Porg B, and we watched The Last Jedi because I was excited for it. And that movie made me not excited for this one or Solo. And the trailers that dropped with this last movie, Rise of Skywalker and Solo, they also didn't do it for me as a Star Wars fan. At least this one gave me, Star Wars. At least Last Jedi, the trailer, gave me Star Wars. It said, hey, you're going to Star Wars. You're going to get a Star Wars movie. What did we get? Nothing Star Wars. We got Star Wars references, but we got a pratfall, your mama joke, chucking, spewing, whatever, crappy wannabe comedy filled with weird angles, weird people, and it works in Knives Out and it does not work in Star Wars. You gave us Knives Out, basically. And that was probably why I was easier on The Last Jedi anyway, because I don't mind that humor. I liked Knives Out a lot more than I like to admit. And if Rise of Skywalker is good, you can trust that I'm going to say it's good or not, but when Campia even says it's bad and he loves everything, I mean, come on, what can you do here? I think approaching any creative process with making fandoms happy would be a mistake that would lead to probably the exact opposite result. Johnson, well, you subverted everybody's expectations, and what did it give you? It gave you the lowest reviewed by the audience movie, and it broke the fandom. It started the Fandom Menace Star Wars branch, right? It started that, because we were already in it with Star Trek and Ghostbusters, and Doctor Who was starting up. We were already in it, and then Star Wars happened. Last Jedi happened, and Geeks and Gamers blew up as a channel. All of us came into this because Star Wars was like the last straw. So no, you want to make your fans happy. Even my experience as a fan, if I'm coming into something, even if it's something I think I want, if I see exactly what I think I want on screen, it's like, oh, okay. It might make me smile. It might make me feel neutral about the thing. I won't really think about it afterwards, but that's not really going to satisfy me. So he wants to hate watch something just so he remembers it, apparently. Johnson added, I wanted to be shocked. I want to be surprised. I want to be thrown off guard. I want to have things recontextualized. I want to be challenged as a fan. See, he's okay. This makes a lot more sense to me because I watch a lot of Food Network shows. And if Chef Carolyn's still in the chat, she can kind of back me up on this. If you are a chef or a music geek like me, I'm a music geek, like and film geek, and I'm a bit of a movie snob. I don't just like everything. A lot of the movies, I'm just going to see it coming a million miles away, and I'm going to be kind of bored or whatever. And especially when there's a lot of dumb plot twists and things. I get it. It's the same thing. If you're a chef, you don't want to eat the same thing every night. You want to try new combinations. You want to be like, gee, I wonder if this will go with this, if I can make these things balance out and these things work together and have a new thing. Or for me, I'm going out there listening to bands like The Residents and stuff because I don't want to hear the regular old pop garbage. Right? And I really don't listen to a lot of Residents, but I'm like a huge hardcore era Devo fan and a huge fan of bands like Blind Guardian, just stuff you don't always hear. If it's something that I can just hear every day on the radio, I don't want to hear it. But that's kind of the difference between Star Wars and film and art and cinema. And this kind of goes back into the Martin Scorsese piece there where he was talking about, the Marvel movies aren't cinema. They're more like amusement rides. And that's yes and no. I find the Star Wars the current ones, they're not events anymore. They're like going to the drive-thru because it's fast and readily available. And there's a new one every year. They're not an event. They're not something to savor. They're not something to build up years of excitement for anymore. They are not like going to a 5-star restaurant where you're going to drop a ton of money. They are exactly this fast food McDonaldization of entertainment. And I get where he's coming from, but doing it in Star Wars, subverting people's expectations of that, no. If we're going in ordering a Big Mac as our Star Wars meal, you gotta at least give us a burger and a bun. You don't give us something, you don't give us chocolate pudding slapped on watermelon and peach, right? You don't combine those things and say, see, you don't want Star Wars. You don't want your burger that you ordered, that you showed up for. No, you want pudding and watermelon and peach. And that's what he gave us. And that's the same thing with pop music. Like, they've turned it into pop music instead of these well-crafted albums, like A Dark Side of the Moon, or something that you can listen to throughout eternity. You don't get like a Sgt. Pepper era, like level of album with Star Wars anymore. They've turned that into like the normal mainstream pop crap. Like, these Star Wars movies are Ariana Grande songs. You just got a new one every couple of years. It doesn't matter how good it was. People will show up and they'll spend money on it. And that's what they're doing. They are not made by filmmakers or storytellers. They are made by boardroom and committee. Screw you, Rian Johnson. I am Mecha Random 42. I gotta see what Rosetta says before I sign off on the video part. Sorry I went off on a rant here. Thank you so much, Rosetta. Rian Johnson threw away the fans at the soul of Star Wars for woke points, and then he blamed white men and man babies for this demon is their own making. She is not a good character as a female, and that is not sexist to say that. No, it's not. And that's the thing. If you're a woman or a person of color, if you complain about this movie, you're ignored. And that's where the fandom menace started. We're a bunch of angry white girls and people of color and whatever, minorities, etc., saying, hey, we also didn't like this movie. Because who were the loudest ones? Well, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Doomcock, Midnight's Edge. They were like the ones who were leading the way in this. And we're like, hey, us too. And we're not being so exclusionary. I mean, my only thing is, please don't demand I convert to a religion or a political belief or whatever. That's my only thing. And people are like, oh, why do you censor that? No, I don't censor it. I just don't want to be converted or preached to. Malfunkinson said, I forgot to say hello from New Zealand. Well, hello in New Zealand. But yeah, that's kind of where we started. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going back to the chat. I'm just going to throw on my end screen so it stops recording. Don't you guys go anywhere and chat. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
One of the perks of being a Jedi is you get to build your own lightsaber. Crazy. I was like, what? I just have things coming out of my hands. Like, I need a lightsaber.